Hey there, it's Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You. And tonight we are going to talk about Noro Haruito, one of the most beautiful yarns from Noro I've seen probably since my favorite Tsubami. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. It's new for the spring summer 2023 season. And if you have not seen it, you are going to love this presentation. So I'm excited to share it with you. As I said, I'm Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You, and I would love it if you are new to subscribe to my channel. I talk about yarn and knitting and sweaters and fit and all things that are fun. My motto is fun to knit and fabulous to wear. So I'd love to have you be part of our community. So my goodness, we have a bunch of people here tonight who want to hear about Noro. Let's see, we have, hey Alicia, hey Barbara. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Donna. Hey, Eveline. Gretchen. Gretchen, you don't even like Noro, but I'm so glad that you're here. You want to be convinced, don't you, darling? I love that. Hi, Rita. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Anna. Jana. Jal. Oh my goodness, Gwen. Hey, Amelia. Hey, Kim. Hey, Marcia. So nice to see you guys. I'm really glad that you're here. Makes it so much more fun when we can kind of interact like this. So as I'm going along, if you have questions or comments or something isn't clear to you, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Be very specific because there is a lag between when you type it on whatever device you're using and when it shows up here on my screen. So I might have moved on to another color or whatever. So, but I don't mind being interrupted if you have a question about something or if I say something that isn't clear to you. I want to make sure that everything that I say is clear and that you're understanding. I don't want anybody to be left behind. So, as always, I have made a little presentation for you. I think it's nicer to see than to just watch me. So let me go ahead and bring that up. All right, so we are talking about Noro Haruito. And Haruito, Haro means spring and Ito means color, as I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was my understanding. And so this is a springtime version of Noro's very popular yarn, Ito. And it is really, really a pretty, pretty piece. So there's a little taste of it right there. Yeah. If I can get this going. Okay, so Haro Ito, here it is. It's a beautiful blend, as I said, of cotton and silk, a little bit of polyamide thrown in there for strength. It comes in these 150-gram barrels. I will show you that in my hand. Hang on a quick second and I'll do that. So here is one of the barrels. It's smaller than, say, Tsubami, which is a 200-gram barrel, right? This is Haro Ito. It's a little bit smaller. This is 150 grams, okay? But it has a generous yardage, 412 yards in that 150 grams, and it's recommended gauge. It's a worsted gauge. So I love that because it makes it so versatile. I wouldn't want it too much heavier, but yeah, it works with a lot of patterns, as we will talk about later. Recommended needle size for this yarn is 6 to 7. So you'll notice that a lot of you might get 18 stitches on an 8 and 22 stitches on a 6, but because this is cotton and silk and it has less elasticity, you are going to use a smaller needle to get that gauge. Okay. Okay, so this is the fabric. I spent a lot of today swatching this. This is actually a swatch that I did. And I just wanted to see what it was like to knit. So it is a beautifully soft fabric. It is very, very, the yarn is wonderfully soft. It feels very nice in your hands. That's because I believe it's a single ply, plus the cotton is very soft, lightly spun, and then of course the silk. It's naturally marled because that's how when Noro creates their yarn, they dye the roving first and then feed it by hand into the spinning machine so that the colors get this natural organic kind of blending. And of course, the single ply gives it a little texture, a little thick and thin. And of course, as I said, the colors are rich and saturated. So we have a question here. Why are so many yarn manufacturers launching their spring yarns so late in the season? By the time I would finish a sweater using the yarn, fall would soon be arriving. That's a really, really great question. I don't know that most manufacturers are launching their yarn late in the season, but I will tell you that Noro always tends to be a little bit behind. It's just such a time-consuming process. You know, Noro, I remember when I first was exposed to it, my rep told me, order as many colors as you like. Don't worry about it. They will come when they come, and everybody will be happy to see them. So I totally get what you're saying about it feeling a little late in the season, but you know, this is spring, you make a spring top. It, you know, wouldn't take too terribly long to knit. But the beauty of this fabric is as a cotton silk blend, you can wear it all year round. So yeah, things are just a little slower than Noro, and they come when they come. I'm sorry, but that's the truth, right? Okay, but it's worth waiting for, I promise. Okay, so richly saturated colors. And I just want to tell you that during the knitting of this, it really was very pleasant. It's very soft. It doesn't have any stiffness to it at all. And yet, at the tighter gauge, it does make a fairly firm fabric. So I think it's most beautiful at 18, 19. It's nice and firm at 20. If I were going to be making a garment, I would probably make it at around 18. 18 stitches over 4 inches, that is. Okay, so let's look at the colors. I'm going to show you this knitted color. You can see that, and I'm going to see if I can't get this to be duplicate. You know, I can get both of us up there. Okay, so you can see the color there, and then I'm going to show you the colors on the camera. So this is color 01, and I brought 2 skeins of each color to share with you because I think that makes it so much easier to get a sense of what the colors actually look like. As I said, this is color 1. And you can see that it has this beautiful, this to me says very earth and sky, right? You have these rich browns, and you have also some kind of ochre and yellow, but you also have that beautiful sky blue in there. And you can see how the blues are kind of with one another, and then the earth tones are kind of with each other. So you go through a series of light brown, dark brown, kind of greenish, and then you go through these blues. So very pretty, I think this one is. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Let's see. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Nina. Hi, Marsha. Let's see. Is it washable or dry clean? Sorry, I didn't already say that. So it is hand wash. I think I am going to take my swatch and throw it in the washer, and then I'm going to probably put it in the dryer on gentle until it's almost dry, and I will let you know. But most of these cotton silk blends don't have to be treated quite as delicately as you might think. You know, they're actually a little sturdier than they say. But yarn manufacturers are always going to err on the side of more gentle handling, because just to protect themselves, because when people go overboard and they wash it on hot and they dry it on high and it does things that aren't happy, they don't want to be held responsible. At least I think that's part of their reasoning. All right, let's see. Yes, I think so too. Marsha makes a great point. I like to say that cotton yarns are great for fall because it's still hot, but you want those earthy colors, right? Absolutely, 100%. Good point. Yeah, sunset with ground and sky. Oh, you're so poetic, Amelia. Who knew? Okay, next color I want to share with you. There we go. Is number 2, Inabe. I think this is gorgeous. So you can see that this also has some of those same earth tones. It's got the greens and the browns, but it also has this gorgeous pink. And you know, I'm not a huge orange fan, but this may be my favorite. And if you were to look at these two skeins on the shelf, I don't know that you would ever think they were the same. So, where are we? Come on now, focus. Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful blue and olive. I'm really digging that olive these days. I don't know what it is, but I think it's just stunning. So this is Inabe. Gwen, I know you were looking at this one. And yeah. So there's something about the way Noro does the color. And I think it must have to do with the way that they are so inspired by nature, because the way that pink goes in here with this olive, I think is just a gift. It's just fabulous. I love this. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's color 2. All right, and color 3 is Honjo. And these O's actually in the Japanese have an accent over them. And I don't know how that changes the pronunciation because I don't know how to pronounce Japanese anyway. But this is a very pretty springtime color. So where the other two have been kind of warm tones, this has a background of primarily gray, right? So the gray, and then you have this acid green with a little bit of a turquoise, and then a soft pink. We had some comments from looking just at the swatch that it might look a little Easter eggy. I think in the skein, maybe it doesn't look so much like that. Tell me what you think. I do think this would be a beautiful baby blanket, right? Love this. I love the way that this acid, and you know, I'm not a yellow girl, right? But I'm loving this acid yellow into the green, into the turquoise. I just think it's beautiful. And if you are a cool toned person, if your skin tone, you look better in cool colors, this with the gray to me reads very, very cool. All right. And then, of course, in Noro's inimitable way, we jump from 3 to color 6, which is the color that I've been swatching all day. So I'm kind of in love with that too. This is for Norma Woodburn. Norma is my sea glass girl, right? Beautiful blues in here. Probably the easiest for non-Noro types to wear because it's kind of all one color. I mean, it's not, of course, because you have blues and greens and lights and darks, and there's the tiniest bit of little kind of a pale pinky lavender in there, but it doesn't have any what people might call crazy colors, right? So I think it's really pretty. Yeah. So this is really lovely. This is a color that a color kind of combination that Noro does really well, and they do it a lot. It's very sort of watery and beachy, which is nice. All right. Next color is 07, and this is a very warm color. Very pretty, very warm. Lots of yellows, again with the olive and the orange, but also with this acid, where am I? Acid green here. Very pretty. Totally not my palette, but I can see this on someone, you know, maybe someone with a strawberry blonde. Very pretty. Amelia, do you like this color? Tell me if you like that. Yeah, I think this is really nice. Okay, now this one. I think this one is my favorite. Of course. Who wouldn't have guessed that, right? Okay, so this has kind of everything going for it for me. Number 10, pink. Yeah, lots of pink. Yeah. A little bit of green, a little bit of sort of that same olive tone, less olive, more pink and kind of clay. I think this is a hugely wearable color. You turn, you can see that, you can see all that kind of pink in it, right? Also has that yellow. And you know, like I always say, if this is the color that appeals to you and you're kind of a pink girl, you might look at that yellow and say, I don't like that. Resist the temptation, because that yellow really works, really makes it pop. It gives it its energy, and I think it's really important. And I love this pale pink stripe. So yeah, I think this is beautiful. Mary is making a sweater, and I think that's the color she chose as well, which is surprising for me. Okay, last color. Oops, jumping ahead. Where's my last color? Color 11. Oh, I don't have it. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I did, but I don't. I have it somewhere. Anyway, I can show you the skein. Very pretty. This is kind of pink and purple and blue. Really pretty. I like this a lot. I'm going to take this down. I know I have that someplace, but I'll show it to you at the end if we have a chance. I do have all the swatches. I just didn't happen to make a slide for that. I apologize. But this reads, I think for pink people, this reads more pink than the others. It's sort of pink and purple. Come on now. You see that? Pink and blue and purple, maybe a little bit of periwinkle in there. Yeah, very pretty. Okay, so as always, I like to share with you the patterns that I think would be beautiful in the yarn that I'm featuring, because it's so hard, especially with Noro, sometimes to picture how these beautiful yarns are going to look in a garment if you don't see it. So the good news is that this issue, the current issue of Noro Magazine, which is issue 22, has several really lovely designs for the Haruito. And I'm going to share those with you, plus a few that I found that I think would really be nice in Haruito that are from other magazines. So sometimes we forget that we can use other patterns for the same yarn, right? So let's look. Okay, this of course is the cover design from the magazine. Oops, better show that. This of course is the cover design from the magazine. And it is called Spectra. And this is the one, if you get the newsletter, I have been chatting about. Mary is doing a knit along on this. This is the one that she is going to be doing. And this is, I believe, color 2, right? So pretty with the greens and the orange. Really nice. So you can see how it looks knit up. This is a beautiful design by Deborah Newton. And she's used kind of a background of this eyelet. And then in the back, she's put a lovely cable. So this is one that's fun to knit and fabulous to wear. So love that. Okay, this is another one from the magazine. It's called the Hamptons. This is actually crocheted, but I will tell you that it's nothing but 3 rectangles. So if you wanted to knit this, you could use the dimensions from the magazine's schematic and choose your own knitted textured fabric to create this exact same garment in knitting. Very, very easy fit, easy to wear, and depending on what stitch pattern you use in there, it could be as, fun and intricate to knit as you like. Here's the back of it. So it, like I said, it really is nothing more than two rectangles put together and trimmed up. Don't you love that? You can make a sweater from just simple, simple shapes, and the yarn does all the work. All right, this one is also from the magazine. Interestingly enough, it is worked with 2 strands of Haruito held together. So it's worked at a gauge of 14 stitches over 4 inches. So very pretty. Yes, let's see. All right. Yes, it is great to see that we all have different favorite colors. We're all different, right? And we're all just fine. Okay, this is also from the magazine. I believe this is the same colorway as the color design. This must have been the first one that they produced and gave to everybody to knit up. This is a pretty one with this little tiny bit of lace. People often worry about knitting lace with Noro, but the bottom line is that unlike variegated yarns, which I don't recommend knitting lace with because they're too distracting, with Noro, because it's self-striping, you're only ever looking at one color at a time in the lace. So you don't get that same kind of distraction from a high contrast variegated yarn. So it really does actually showcase your pattern stitches and your stitch work in the same way that a solid color would. It's just, more fun to knit. Okay, shout out to this one. This is not knit in Haruito, but in Tsubami. My favorite color of Tsubami, by the way. But Tsubami and Haruito have the same gauge. And Haruito is cotton and silk, and Tsubami is wool and silk. So they're pretty much interchangeable in terms of gauge, and I think this would be absolutely lovely in Haruito. Again, simple shape. I haven't looked at the schematic. I can look at it real quick. But I imagine that it is also a very simple shape that you can adjust pretty readily, and you could absolutely use your Haruito for it. So super pretty. Tell me if you like that one. All right, and these are some that I found from previous magazines that would also work. I mentioned that Tsubami and Haruito have similar gauge. This one was originally designed for Tsubami, but I think it would be beautiful in the Haruito. Really lovely. Overall, kind of eyelet motif on the sleeves and the body. It has a pretty little set-in sleeve, very flattering. I know Rita knit this, and she was very happy with the way it looks. Yes, that is a gorgeous Tsubami color. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad you guys like that one. I really, really do. I think it's just beautiful. Maybe we should look at it again. What do you think? Yes, let's look at it again. And let me just show you real quick. Here are the colors of that. Where am I? Come on now. Okay, this is an actual skein of that Tsubami. So it's so hard to tell. You might not have ever guessed that this yarn would knit up to look like that, right? You really do have to kind of see it knit up until you get used to what Noro looks like and kind of imagining that. All right, back on track. Okay, this is a super easy little tee. Again, fun to knit because it has a stitch pattern going on. This was originally worked in Nishiki. The gauge is like 18, and I think this would be so pretty in Haro Ito and easy to do. And again, fun because of all those little different stitch patterns. All right, let's see what Phyllis has to say here. Love 9, but scared the inside and the outside of the ball would match in reality. What do you mean exactly with the inside and outside of the ball? Do you mean color 9? Is there a color 9? Explain, darling. Yes, Pebble Beach is darling. Nishiki was a tough sell because it was put up in a hank and it was very hard to see what the colors looked like. But yeah, okay, so I'll move right along. Okay, this is a cute one. Anybody who is sensitive to wool, they don't always get to do these really pretty designs. This is a very cute design by my friend Roseanne Fleischauer, who's actually going to be on the podcast next week because she has a brand new book and I'm very excited for her. But this would be really pretty in the Haro Ito. It takes just a tiny bit. I think you could probably get 2 out of 1 ball and they'd make a great gift. And it's just sort of a nice way to take 1 ball of it and dip your toe into playing with Noro. This might be a good thing for you to try, Gretchen. You know, just a simple little cowl in Noro, not a big commitment. But anyway, this is very pretty. It's all in one piece and it's just a lovely, lovely design. All right, this is Noshi, and you probably haven't ever seen this design because it is, and from an outtake, but wouldn't it be lovely in this color? Which color is it that I'm using? This blue one. I think that would be very pretty in there, right? Simple cardigan, little lace pattern, very pretty. Beautiful. And you notice that you see the lace. The colors don't distract. I really think that the colors of Noro enhance the lace. Oh, Phyllis is saying, okay, she says to use the inside and the outside balls to get stripes to match up. Oh, yeah. Well, if they didn't match up, it wouldn't be the worst thing, right? But I totally get what you're saying now, Phyllis. Yes. Yeah. No, she's beautiful, isn't it? Love that. Okay, where are we? Okay, and this is shown actually in a wool blend, but I love the idea of this. You know, when you have something that has multiple colors, you could do 2 colors, or you could go with the inside and outside. This is just a little pullover, a drop shoulder, modified drop shoulder with these intarsia circles in a separate color. But the fact that it's Noro and it's self-striping makes it so sophisticated looking and so fun. I have a customer, Gail, who actually knit this sweater, and it was so cute. And of course, if you were doing it for summer, you wouldn't have to do a turtleneck. You could do, you know, just a crew neck. And that would be a really nice 4-season garment. Love that. And okay, some of you may remember this one. We did a knit along with this using Mirai, which is a beautiful Noro silk and cotton blend. No shaping on this. It's just 2 rectangles sewn together in the front and the back. Very easy to wear. But again, it's fun to knit and easy and fabulous to just throw over whatever you have on and suddenly it becomes a great outfit. I really like this. Oh, Leslie likes the poncho. Yay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, those are fun. Mary makes a lot of ponchos and she wears them and they always look so cute. Okay, and this one was originally designed also for Tsubami. It does remind me of these same blue colors with the purple. Very pretty raglan long line cardigan that I think would be just lovely. So I think that might be it. Maybe I have one more for you. Yes. Okay. So this is super fun. This was originally worked in Silk Garden Light. This is a dress, and you know I love me a Noro dress. Me and Gwen love this. I think this would be very fun if you had the patience to knit it. I don't know offhand whether it's knit in the round or in pieces, but if it's not knit in pieces, I would recommend that you do so. So anyway, that's really fun. Tell me in the comments if you like knitting dresses. So that is what I have for you tonight to share with you about Noro Haruito. If you have enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I really love for other people to see what is happening in the world of Noro. There aren't that many videos about Noro yarns and about the designs for them. And I really want this to get for people who are interested in it to kind of see it. So it really helps the algorithm if you like and comment and share and whatever. So please do that. You know where I am. If you go to the website, if you want more from me, from Crazy for You, go to the website and sign up for the newsletter. I think there's a link in the description. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, keep knitting, create something beautiful. We'll see you then.